Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm here today for the Not Too Shabby design team. I'm going to be making a card today with a newly released stamp set called Flower Truck. This is a Not Too Shabby stamp set designed by Teresa Russell. I'm also going to be using Dots for Spring, which is a really cute pastel colored paper set. It's a 6x6 paper pad, and there's 24 double-sided sheets, 2 of each design. One side has small dots and the other side has a little bit larger dots. Perfect for all your springtime card making. I'm going to pull aside 2 of the blue dotted papers and I'm going to be using them in my project today. Let's get started. I'm going to be using my stamp positioning tool, and I'm going to be stamping the truck and the sentiment. Well, there's several sentiments in the stamp set. I'm going to be using the large sentiment that says freshly picked flowers. The other sentiments, which are smaller, say, well, hello there, choose kindness, laughed often, and hey, friends. There's a butterfly, as well as 3 different types of flowers. There are tulips and daffodils, which are silhouette stamps. And then there's a jar of flowers, so like sort of wildflowers, really cute, super adorable, and images that are great because you can do so much with them. I'm using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to stamp my images. The paper that I'm using is Accent Opaque 100 pound. And the images, the truck image is nice and dark. I wouldn't call it a silhouette, but I decided to use black. And of course the sign or the sentiment, freshly picked flowers, it's got that really cool scripty font. Plus it also has, actually it has 2 kinds of fonts. It's got the scripty font and then more block print. What I'm showing you is I'm using my Catherine Pooler inks to make the tulips 2 colors. I'm making the flower part red. I'm using Rocking Red. And I'm making the leaves or the stem green, and I'm using Grass Skirt. So what's nice about these flowers is you can make them any color you want. You can use your ink pad to ink them up a solid color, or you can do what I'm doing and make the flowers one color and the stems another color. I went in with some orange, but I didn't think it was, I think the red is really pretty, so I stuck with the red. Now I'm using lemongrass for these flowers, which are like a daffodil. And what I did was I stamped the entire flower and the stems in lemongrass. And then I went in with Grass Skirt and did the leaves. I did that for this first set that I stamped. And then I did a couple more sets and actually just stuck with lemongrass. And then I'll go in with some markers and color the leaves. I have this die. It's from Cat Scrappiness. I'm using a cosmetic blending brush. It's a very fine blending brush. And I'm using Catherine Pooler Sandcastle to color these trees. Later, I'll grab Catherine Pooler Icing on the Cake, and it's a little bit darker than Sandcastle, so I will add some of that for texture and dimension. While I'm coloring in my trees, I wanted to tell you that if you look in the description box below, you'll see there is an affiliate link. If this is a stamp set that you would like to have, I just want to encourage you to use my affiliate link, and you can get 10% off. These trees are looking pretty good, but I go in with, like I said, a darker color ink just to give it a little bit of dimension. If you're not familiar with Not Too Shabby, it's an online web-based business, small business owner, woman who owns it. And the business has not only their own line of products, such as the stamp set that I'm using today, but they also carry stamps from major stamp manufacturers. And you always have available for you my discount code, which is listed below, so you can save 10% every day. There are some exclusions, which you can check those out on the website. I'm using grass skirt to color in the hill and valley there that I cut out. That's part of my cat scrappiness die. This is a really great slimline die. In case you were wondering, yes, I am going to make a slimline card today. I cut out a slimline frame. I had some slimline dies from Trinity Stamps, and I'm taking Fiesta Blue by Catherine Puller using my makeup blending brushes, and I'm just coloring that die cut, which is white. I'm going to color it blue. So this will be our frame for our forest scene. And that's what I'm doing with this piece. Next I'll have some time to assemble it. So I slid a piece of white cardstock that's been cut by the die from Trinity Stamps that I mentioned earlier, and I just put that underneath just for stability. Okay, so we've got the white cardstock, and then we've got the pattern paper, which is from Not Too Shabby, and then we've got the forest scene, and then we have the blue frame around everything. Yep, so we're moving along here. I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put all of my elements. You can see that I have these flowers, and I'm actually putting them along the tree line, in between the trees or behind the trees, depending on how much space I have. And I'm just laying those down with glue. My sentiment, freshly picked flowers, I actually stamped it onto a piece of the new cardstock from Not Too Shabby, the Dots for Spring. Yeah, so I stamped that and then I trimmed it with my Scan and Cut. I like the pink background for the sentiment. I think it really makes it stand out. And I used my tweezers to get these little die cut pieces maneuvered behind the, lack of better words, the green hill behind the truck and the flowers. So not only is the flowers coming out of the ground, but they're even, back there in the trees. I also added 2 butterflies from today's stamp set. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here are some photos of the finished product, some close-ups, where you can get a better understanding of how everything came together. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And check out my description box below for more information about my social media. Thanks so much for watching. Have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.